I have some exciting news for you. I've been working hard to create something just for you, and it's officially live. It's a free quiz to help you determine your personal path to creating a successful digital course. That means by taking just 2 minutes to complete this quiz, you'll discover my 3 proven approaches for creating a profitable digital course, and you'll find out which one you should take based on your experience, expertise, and where you're at as an entrepreneur. Not only will you find out what path is best for you, I'll even give you a step-by-step framework for bringing your digital course to life. So head on over to amyporterfield.com/quiz right now to find out your next steps to creating a profitable business that you love. I mean it. Go take the quiz right now. Don't wait one more second. amyporterfield.com/quiz. Your future business and digital course is waiting for you to take this first step. I cannot wait to see what you create. So amyporterfield.com/quiz to get started creating your stellar and profitable digital course. All right, let's jump into today's episode.
Does doing reels take more time than doing a story? The answer is yes. But it also, as of right now, has so much opportunity to grow and stay with you. So you could spend 15 seconds making a story that will be gone in 24 hours, or you could spend 30 minutes making a reel, but what you are essentially doing is creating a commercial for your business. There's a really good chance you won't see me creating a reel around my dog or my daughter, although that could be really cute and fun. I'm really going to be using my business time wisely to create content that positions myself and keeps me as an authority and as a leader. I do not look at it and be like, I have another piece of social media today. I say, oh my God, Lord have mercy. I am blessed to make a commercial for my business that people want to watch. Hey, like you're actually making money by doing work. When you reprogram your brain, all of a sudden creating that content plan changes the way that you show up on social media. It's no longer something you have to do. This is something you get to do. How can you create a commercial people want to see about your business?
I'm Amy Porterfield, ex-corporate girl turned CEO of a multi-million-dollar business. But it wasn't all that long ago that I lacked the confidence, money, and time to focus on growing my small but mighty business. Fast forward past many failed attempts and lessons learned, and you'll see the business I have today, one that changes lives and gives me more freedom than I ever thought possible, one that used to only exist as a daydream. I created the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast to give you simple, actionable, step-by-step strategies to help you do the same. If you're an ambitious entrepreneur or one in the making who's looking to create a business that makes an impact and helps you create a life you love, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Okay, before we get going, a quick word from our sponsor. So I have a quick question for you. Do you ever tell people what you do and then they sometimes look at you a little funny, like they totally don't get it? Yeah, it happens to me too. So recently I met up with a company called The Draw Shop, and they offer a service to help you perfect your elevator pitch so people immediately understand how your business can help them. And here's the deal. Where there's clarity, there's revenue. So here's how it works. You meet with an expert copywriter to define the problem you solve, how you solve it, and the results that you provide. From there, they'll turn that into a short and creative elevator pitch just for you, and they'll create a compelling one-page visual story to help the world better understand your business. So this is really cool. And for a special limited time offer, the Draw Shop is offering Online Marketing Made Easy listeners their service for 1/3 the usual price. So almost 70% off of their service, which is valued at $1,500. Again, this will only be available for a limited time. So to get your word perfect pitch today, head to amyporterfield.com/elevator pitch. That's amyporterfield.com/elevator pitch. All right, let's get into today's episode. Well, hey there, friend. So as if we didn't have enough ways to post on Instagram, there's a new feature that was rolled out in early August 2020. It's called Instagram Reels, and I'm sure you've probably already heard about it and you've seen people use it, or maybe you've been dabbling with it And maybe you've thought, what's the deal with this? How is it different from Instagram stories? And should I be using it for my business to grow my audience, or is it a waste of time? These are all great questions. And when my team and I started to see audience members post about it in my Facebook groups, we knew we had to shed some light on it. To do that, I went to my girl, my favorite, Jasmine Star. And here's the thing about Jasmine. The girl always knows what's going on. I mean, from business strategy to photography, now to newborn babies. I mean, she's got the 411 for sure. Now, she's not only going to answer the questions that we've seen pop up in our Facebook groups, but she's also going to share a sneak peek into what her content calendar looks like for Instagram and how to come up with some content topic ideas for your Instagram reels so you actually know what to do and you're not like, I have zero ideas because this feels really awkward to me. So you're going to walk away knowing what next action items you need to take in order to start embracing Instagram Reels if you choose to do so after this episode. Now, what I'll tell you is I'm actually recording this intro after I interview Jasmine. Sometimes I do that. I interview the guest and then it helps me to decide what I want to tell you in the intro and the closing. A little podcast trick for you, but you podcasters probably already do it that way. So with that, here's what I'll say. When I interviewed Jasmine, we went over some step by step. And if you can, take out your phone, get into Instagram when she's talking, or it's really not going to make much sense. So I just want you to be really interactive for a portion of this interview. I think it will make more sense for you if you can. So just a tip for you. Also, in the closing, I'm going to give you one extra tip that we talked about in the episode. So make sure you pay attention till the very end. And the final thing I'll say is that at the time of this recording, I just recorded Jasmine, I have been creating reels. Maybe you've seen them online since. And believe me, it's not the most comfortable thing I've done, but I am glad I'm experimenting. And after this episode, I hope you experiment as well. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Well, look who we have on the show. Welcome back, Jasmine Star.
I am so happy to be here. You have no idea. It's like, the band is back.
Right?
Let's just, wherever you're drinking right now, wherever you're drinking, has it sound like I've been drinking?
Wow.
Wherever you are and whatever you're drinking, cheers. Here we are. We're doing it. We're doing this.
I was just having some kombucha, so I'm ready. I'm fired up. Listen, we weren't going to do this on video, but we are going to put some video clips out there because you always encourage me to do video, which is perfect for the topic today because we're talking about reels. But before we even get there, tell me what's been going on in your world. Give us an update.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually surprised that you asked me for the update because you and I chat on the daily and you're sick of me. I actually think that Hobie feels you have a sister wife and he's like, not her again. Like, we just need to be honest. And
there have been some crazy messages. Jasmine talks so fast and we only do voice text. One time I accidentally called her and I hung up real fast. I'm like, we don't talk on the phone. Only voice text. And she's like this. Okay, Amy, I got to tell you something. This is a crazy, crazy day. Oh my God, just sit down. Just listen to me. It's crazy. You will never believe. And I had her on audio and I didn't know Hobie was in the room. And he's like, who is that? Like, that's crazy. And I'm like, of course she is. This is why I love her.
Yes, that's what we do. So the things that have transpired since the last time I've been so lucky to be on the podcast, yes. I bought a fixer-upper. I sold my house. Right. I adopted a baby. I moved into an apartment all in like 3 weeks. So I was just like, I need to see a hairstylist because I have like 87 new gray hairs and life got flipped upside down and it feels like it's a hot mess and nothing makes me happier than holding my daughter. And I'm like, life is weird and so amazing. Because so that's it in a nutshell.
Baby Luna is perfect. She is now sitting up. She is now wearing watermelon shorts and watermelon bows in her hair. Yes. And she's a teenager.
And Auntie Amy gets way too many pictures.
It's my favorite thing.
I send you pictures all the time. It's the most annoying thing. I'm one of those moms, like capital T, those moms. Nobody wants to be my friend because I was like, let me just send you 1,000 photos because I don't really share them on social. So
it's my favorite thing in the whole world. And let's just answer this one question. It's so cliche, but I think there's so many moms listening in the audience. Like, what has been the most surprising thing about being a new mom as it relates to being an entrepreneur? Little twist to it there.
Just when you think that you're too tired or that you've lost your patience, one gummy little smile makes you feel like it's 8:00. Let's keep going. It's like she has literally become caffeine personified. She has become like Xanax and Jello and like strawberry sprinkled ice cream sundae and a long walk on the beach, ending the day with a margarita, all in one little sack of 20 pounds. She's amazing. She's amazing.
She is. We absolutely love her. I hope you start sharing even more of her on social. I know you've got your reasons, but we want more Luna. So just think about it. All right.
Okay.
Deal. All right. So today we are talking about Reels, and we actually moved this episode up. I wasn't supposed to be recording podcasts this week because at the time of this recording, we're in our DCA launch. Like, we are busy, things are happening, and everything came to a halt because Jasmine Starr said she will talk about Reels on the podcast. And we want to fast track this episode because Reels are a hot thing. So you have to remember, I'm awkward on video. I don't want to do TikTok videos. Now it's Reels. And I'm like, oh, great, here we go. But I like to know like how to navigate this. So can we start at the very top with my questions?
Yes, but only if we get listener participation.
How do we do that? It's a podcast. We're pre-recording. What are we doing here?
Ladies and gentlemen who are listening, I'm going to put forth a challenge because what we heard our dear friend, sweet soul, brilliant boss babe, Amy Porterfield, lied to you. She just lied. She said, I'm bad on video and I'm really awkward. And who here thinks that Amy is awkward? And who here thinks that Amy's bad on video? What I would like you to do is send a DM, not just to Amy, but to me too. Because we need 2 people to gang up against her and say, girl, you tripping. Like, fix your weave because we got to get this right. It's too heavy on the head. Like, let's go. Let's get our thoughts cleared out. So send a DM to Amy and say, girl, you're crazy. Because she is good on camera and she is not awkward. And what we say becomes reality. So if you happen to be sitting here.
But wait a second. When I say I'm awkward on video, I'm talking about dancing and doing silly things like what's going on in Reels. And I actually just recorded some Reels with Chloe, and we're starting at a weird place. So I got to back up, but I'll tell you this. And I'm dancing because she's like, come on, just dance, point here, point there. You should see, she's like a stage mom. And at one point she goes, maybe a little less shimmy in the shoulders and in the hips. Maybe tone it down a little. I'm going to kill her.
Okay. Because here's the thing. I mean, are we talking to professional Amy, or is Jasmine and Amy having a friend to friend conversation?
Friend to friend.
Friend to friend is, you know how to commit yourself 100% to so many things.
Yeah.
But when it comes to social and showing yourself, you give us 70%.
Yeah, I really struggle with that. It feels very, very uncomfortable to me.
And
not that I don't want people to know my life.
Right.
I just feel like it feels so ridiculous.
Right. But like when you and I see each other, like you dance. Like you just like you actually dance. Like we physically, like if 2 people saw us in the street, like we're walking towards each other, they would think like 2 ostriches from like the San Diego Zoo got lost. We're like,
it's so true.
We're excited. So it's like if you did that, that is 100% you. And when you look at it, you don't feel like it's too disingenuous. Caveat: you do feel a little weird dancing on social. Like that's the facts. But like if you were to look back at footage of you dancing at a wedding, you would be like, you look a little awkward there too. Like just the idea of dancing from a human, like anthropological like form, it's just like, move your head, move your arms. Like it's awkward, period. Just the fact that it's showing it like publicly is different.
And I'm glad you said it feels a little awkward, because the thing is, when I watch other people's Reels or TikToks or whatever it might be, I love them when they're dancing and being silly. Like I love watching yours. I love watching Promises. There's so many great ones out there. So you all look like fools and I actually love it. So there's something about that. You know what I mean?
And one thing too, I have to be honest, when I look at the dancing reels of myself, like it does, like it assaults my ego. Like, because in your mind, you think, have you ever seen those memes? It's like what it looks like on Pinterest and then what it looks like in real life. Like in my mind, I'm dancing to Ciara and being like, I got this. I got this. And then I look at myself and I'm like, oh girl, where's your iron lung? Put your 2 left feet away. But it's like, but here's the thing. People look at it and they're just like, if this hot mess of a person is okay dancing, it gives me the permission to do the same thing.
Okay. And that's why I started to embrace video, period, because someone once told me other people like you need to see themselves in you and feel like if you can do it, so can they. Yeah. So my why became about them and not about me. So I do kind of need to get over myself and just embrace whatever I want to do on social. So I'm glad we kind of started out there, but we're going to start at the top. So are you ready?
I am ready. And I love that we made this like a hot mess because it's like you're very organized and you're always put together. And then like I come in like a hurricane of like, let's just mess up all your hard work.
She loves that. She loves it, just for the record. Okay, so tell me the difference between Instagram Reels and Stories and IGTV. Like we kind of know, but like, can you break it down for us a little bit?
Absolutely. So I am going to start with the main difference between Reels and Stories. Okay. And the biggest difference between the two is that Stories disappear after 24 hours. And Reels, you can save to your profile. So they sit in perpetuity. So oftentimes a lot of people are like, I don't know if I want to spend time making a story because it disappears after 24 hours. What Reels allows you to do is to create content that sits in perpetuity on your profile. The second biggest difference is that Instagram Stories allows you to record in a singular movement. No editing. You can add, but you can't edit. Reels, you can record up to 15 seconds, but you can add hand release. You can put a timer on it. You can insert different music. You can have voice overlays. You can add text and move text. So you want to look and think about Reels as a micro editing platform within Instagram for video. That's going to be the biggest
editing platform. I like that. Okay.
And IGTV is anything that's over a minute. Anything that's over a minute will be automatically categorized as IGTV. Anything under a minute does not qualify for IGTV, but it could sit as a video post on your feed.
I forget, you might have said this, but does Reels have a time? What's the Reels time?
Reels at the point of recording is limited to 15 seconds.
Got it. Okay. All right. So this is going to be a weird question, but is there one that's better than the other? Stories, IGTV, Reels?
The answer is yes for your customer. Okay. And I'm always like, I know that we are here on this podcast talking about business, period. Mm-hmm. And so the main thing to really focus on is what does your customer want to see? If you are serving an audience of 60 to 70-year-old women, Reels might not be the best objective because it's very quick paced. It's fast. The editing is funny. You have weird music or voice overlays that people might not get. However, if you are really trying to connect with a younger audience in their early 20s, Reels would 100% be the best place of use of your time.
Okay. And then somewhere in the middle, you might want to experiment. Like we've been experimenting with Reels. We'll see. But one of the things that you had said, you and I are in a mastermind together, and you shared with the group that you felt like Reels, like the algorithm loved Reels.
Yes. Right now, Reels is new. And so Instagram is indexing the algorithm to show others what Reels are. So it's disproportionate attention. And the beauty about Reels right now is that because so many people are kind of like, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if I want to take time to learn it. That those people who are actually showing up and doing it are disproportionately rewarded because they actually work. And the beauty about Reels is that, let's just say you put out a 15-second story and you get, for math's sake, 1,000 views. And then you put out a 15-second reel. And you could put the reel onto your feed and it's 15 seconds. And then you could share the reel from your feed into your stories. And that is 15 seconds. And guess what? Those views are counting independently. Mm-hmm. And the beauty about Reels, specifically when it comes to your feed, is that because it's 15 seconds and because most of the time they're most effective when you are funny, when you are educational, when you're creating a tutorial, and then people want to watch it a second time just to make sure that they consumed everything. That was what precisely creates virality.
Okay. Yeah. Because definitely for reels, I'm watching them 2 or 3 times each time because my old eyes can't even read that quickly. And so I need to go back anyway. So yeah, that is very true. Now, I'm going to ask you a question that you cannot laugh at me. And for those listening to the podcast, we are doing this on video so we could take a few clips and everything. But I'm holding up my phone right now because Jasmine, when Chloe was over earlier today, making some reels, we can't find reels. Where do you even find reels?
Oh, okay. So at the point of this recording, what you're going to want to do is I'm going to open up my phone and I'm going to walk you through it step by step.
Okay.
So if you open Instagram,
yes,
you're on your feed, right? This is where you scroll.
Where
Perfect.
is it? Okay.
What you're going to do in the upper left-hand corner, you are going to see a camera. Now, normally you hit that and oh man, that takes you to stories. Now, down below, you're going to see a circle, a white circle. And below that, it says story. And if you swipe to the right, it says reels.
Oh, yes. Okay. Uh-huh.
You're welcome.
Okay. But I can make a reel, but I can't see everybody else's reel.
Oh, my apologies. Is that what your question was?
Oh, well, that's good. Well, it's good that you just walked us through that. So that's how you create a reel.
Yes.
Okay. So was actually probably should have been my first question. How do you find other people's reels?
There's going to be 2 main ways right now is you're going to go to a person's profile. So why don't we just go to...
Let's go to yours.
Okay. I was going to go to yours, but hey.
You first.
So
okay.
If you are looking at Jasmine Star, you will see my bio. And then below that, you'll see edit profile. And below that, you'll see a little plus sign, or you'll see my story highlights.
Yep.
And then you will see a box that looks like tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
Then you're going to click to the box to the right of that. That's the Reels icon. And there you will be able to focus on all of my Reels. And if you click on the one to the right of that, those are all of my IGTVs.
Got it. Okay.
So if you are looking for Reels from a specific person, you can go directly to their profile.
Okay.
And the best place to kind of go and get inspiration for Reels that are popular or trending would be your Explore tab, because they are getting featured quite heavily now on the Explore tab on Instagram.
All right. So tell me this. You've been doing some Reels and you've also been doing some TikToks. And so I feel like we have to kind of have a talk about TikTok versus Reels. Based on your expert opinion, where do you think my audience should be spending their time? If they're going to make these, they feel exactly like a TikTok. So should they be doing TikTok or Reels?
It's been pretty incredible because I started on TikTok maybe 2-ish months ago.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was a really great training ground for me to hit the ground running for Reels. I knew it was not a matter of if, but a matter of when that Instagram was either going to 1, acquire TikTok, or 2, take on editing features in the same capacity. It came to fruition. So the main difference is that on TikTok, you can record a TikTok video anywhere from, 15 to 30 seconds. Whereas Reels, it's limited to 15. So what I started realizing was that I would be able to create one 15-second video on Reels and also be able to use it for TikTok.
Oh.
So I could export a video from Reels. And then when I go into TikTok, I want to make sure that I'm using TikTok features so that it's indexed within the algorithm as if the video is native created. So text that I might be adding on Reels, what I'm going to want to do is cover that text with text on TikTok. Okay. So one piece of content that I can dress both ways, but making them feel native to the platform.
Okay. All right. So you're doing both right now, and I'm experimenting with Reels, but everyone knows I did a TikTok episode, and I did a few TikToks, but again, this is not something that comes natural. So I really have to force myself to do it, but we have been playing with some Reels. I have a big Instagram audience, so I thought I'll just start there. So that's been good for us. But what kind of traction have you been seeing now that you've been putting some effort into Reels? I'm assuming you're thinking it's worth your effort.
Well, yeah, but I kind of, if I can geek out for a second, I really wanted to understand. I was very impressed. So when I started TikTok, I think I had less than 20 followers. So very few followers. I started putting out the videos, and I think you and I had sent voice memos about this. I was like, Porterfield. I was like 2 weeks in, and one video already has like 80,000 views.
Crazy.
And so we were blown away that I had such a tiny audience. So I decided to create a split test by using that same TikTok video and put it into Reels when Reels first dropped.
Okay, I'm
and
very
the difference
curious.
between the two is that one of those Reels, in fact, I don't want to speak any trash. I want to make sure that, because I don't want people following up and be like, Jasmine was lying to me. Okay, so one of the videos, the very first Reel I had posted had 148,000 views. And on TikTok, it had somewhere in the ballpark around 30,000.
Oh, whoa. So you're saying Reels is getting more.
Well, my audience on Instagram, I have
she has a huge audience on Instagram. So let's not all pretend we're going to get those numbers right out of the gate, but still.
No, but here's the thing. So members in Social Curators are a monthly social media membership. I went in there and I said, we're going to have a Reels brainstorming session. Let's think about content that we can create. What are you learning? And the benefit for me, selfishly speaking, is I get to hear and see what business owners and entrepreneurs are doing and what's working for them. And I was totally blown away that one of our members, Aisha, she has less than 2,000 followers, and she posted a Reel that had over 100,000 views.
What?
We have another, she's a photographer. She went in and she has less than 900 followers and she had over 4,000 views. So we're seeing that people with very small followings, one of two things are happening. They're being indexed within the algorithm because they're creating content that not a lot of people are creating, or people want to see the content done over and over again. The stuff that I have seen extraordinarily well, these are two examples that I had used or I had seen in the group. So let's break this down. Out here in California, our governor, we start and stop. We open and close the state with everything that's going on with COVID, right? The people who've been directly impacted are hair salons, right? They're open for a week, they're closed for 2 weeks. They're open, then they're closed. Well, I saw a hairstylist on Instagram. She overlaid the sound of text messages coming in, right? Like an iPhone text message, the typical bring, bring, bring. And every time that came in, she was pointing to text that said, Governor said yes. Can you get me in? I'm free at 11. Open the doors. Let me in. And as she's pointing to each of these phrases, she's getting super excited. And then right at the end, she uses both of her fingers to point down and says, the salon is now open. Nice. I watched that dang thing 3 times over because I was like, oh, she got it. She created an advertisement. Now here's the difference. Imagine if she would have gone on an Instagram video, right? Just posted a video. Hi guys, the studio's back and open. Call me at 949.
Does she have to use that sexy voice? I mean, that's
I'm trying to get people in the salon. That is my voice, I'm moving it, girl. I'm moving it, right? So just imagine people would be like, okay, but making it fun, making it quirky. And no, it wasn't required to do the Kid and Play or the Robo Cop or whatever those dances were. It wasn't required to do the Macarena to get people in. She created a commercial that was really impactful. I follow a boutique here in Newport Beach, and they're using stories, I thought, fascinatingly well. So stories are 15 seconds a piece. What they are doing is setting a timer on a story for 3 seconds. So they would be able to post 5 small clips of video at 3 seconds. 3 times 5 is 15 seconds. What they're doing is they're setting up in the dressing room. They have their stylist go in one outfit, pose 1, close it. Next outfit, pose 2. Next outfit, pose 3. Next outfit, posing 4. Next outfit, 5. In a matter of 15 seconds, I saw 5 outfits from their store merchandised. They put that in their feed. And here's the freaking brilliant part. They then shared it to their stories with a freaking swipe up to a page of all of the freaking merchandise they had just showed. Bam. That's how you sell with social distancing and COVID regulations. Okay. So good. So good. Okay.
Real quick, before we continue, I want to tell you about today's sponsor. Here's the deal. Whether I'm launching or sharing a free resource or talking about my podcast, I want to make sure I'm getting my message in front of my perfect ideal customer. That means if I see a simple way to share what's going on in my business with my ideal customer, I am all about it, which is why I love marketing on LinkedIn. I love it almost as much as I love kombucha and Scout, but let's not get crazy. So using LinkedIn ads guarantees that I connect with the right people at the right time. Why? Because there are 62 million decision makers on LinkedIn. That's a lot of people, my friend. Now, I know what you're likely thinking. Okay, Amy, how do I get in on this? Well, right now, LinkedIn is offering my listeners a free $100 LinkedIn ad credit to launch your very first campaign. So to grab your $100 credit, visit linkedin.com/Amy. That's linkedin.com/Amy. Terms and conditions do apply. And now let's get back to the episode. We posted our first reel for our masterclass, and I forget, I'll have to look at it, but I feel like the Instagram story linked back to the reel, where that's not necessary. You can post the reel and then actually post the video on stories because it's only 15 seconds and I've got the swipe up so
Queen,
then I can send
you're
them.
welcome. Let's get people signed up for that webinar.
Right?
You're welcome.
Let's do this.
I want an affiliate code for everybody who swipes up there because I want you to buy me a margarita when I'm not
Shut your mouth. Oh, I can get you a margarita though. That's easy. Listen, Jasmine's an easy friend to have. She promotes my stuff and I give her drinks. Like done and done. Except when she's cleansing, detoxing.
I know. When I'm detoxing, I hope my mom does not listen to this. She's going to start praying for me.
She will. Okay. So, on my podcast, one thing that I feel we do really well and what the people want, they've told us, is they like the step by step. And so many people listening right now are like me, where I said I did a reel, but quite honestly, I'm the one who danced and pointed in the video and Chloe did everything behind the scenes. I haven't even done one myself yet. So with that, can you give us a little step-by-step simplified how to use it? Because a lot of people in my Facebook group are saying, I don't even know how to get started.
Yes. Step number 1, hire Chloe.
Yeah, right? Shut your mouth.
No. So because podcasting is so audio, well, it's strictly audio, and Reels is so visual, I'm going to try to do my best. But what I can say is I created a Reels tutorial. I know this seems like a really flagrant plug, but it's not, because there's no opt-in, there's no funnel, there's nothing. It's just on Instagram, on my IGTV. You go to my profile at Jasmine Star. It is about middle of the page. But if you decide to click over using those exact instructions I just shared on how to access IGTV, you will be able to see it in the first 6 IGT videos. It's how to create your first Instagram Reels. But what I can do is walk people through if you think that would be helpful too. You let me know. I'm here for you.
But I just want you all to know, in the show notes of this episode, I am going to link to what Jasmine just talked about. So amyporterfield.com/337. I will link to that exact video that Jasmine just said, because I want you to see this in action, because it is very visual. You do your best now, but we're going to link to that video.
Okay. So if we're looking at the Reels, page, right?
Yes.
Or page, our screen. Should we walk through them again? Should we walk through again and how to find it? Okay. So when you are on your homepage, you open up Instagram and there you're looking at your feed. The feed is the thing you traditionally scroll through, right? So when you're on that page, in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to click on the camera. That is going to bring you to, if you look at the bottom center of of your screen, you will see a white circle, and below the white circle, you will see a word that says story. You're going to swipe to the right, and that's going to bring up Reels.
Yes. So those of you looking, it's this right here.
Yes. Okay. So you will see almost like those movie theater kind of clappers, like the timing, right? So what you're going to look on the left side of the screen, you're going to see a music symbol. That is where you can go and choose a song. If you don't want to talk, and let's say you just want to point to something, or you want to have a voiceover. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pick a song. Now, I just picked High Hopes by Panic at the Disco.
Okay, so listen real fast though. If you have an IG business account like I do, you will not see the music. Google it. You can look at alternatives. It's complicated, but you don't automatically get the music in a business account. So we had to do this whole workaround. I will not get into that now. Most of you do not have a business account, so keep going.
Yes. And as a point here, anybody who's listening who says, no, I really need the music, what you could do is you can use a video app, something like Video Shop, and you could record a 15-second video and add music to it. And then you could upload that 15-second clip into Reels, and then you could add the text to it. So there are workarounds.
Essentially what we're doing. So yes.
Okay. Yeah. So then right below the music symbol, you're going to see almost like a little play button. And that is going to give you the opportunity to record something. It says 1x. You're recording it in real time, or you can record it in 2x, which speeds it up. Or you can record it in slow motion. Then below that, you will see a little happy face. And those are called effects. That is where you can find filters. That's where you can bring up. You'll see at the bottom what has changed is if you have downloaded any other filters for your Instagram stories, those are going to appear. So I always like to have a skin smoothening filter.
Of course.
Every girl wants some lashes and a filter. So I'm going to brighten it up a bit. And then what you could do is right below that, you're going to see a timer. And that timer will empower you to set the amount of time that you actually want to record a clip. It is automatically defaulted when you hit it to 5 seconds. So let's just say, just similar how I used that example for the boutique here in Newport Beach. They set their timer to 3 seconds. So what you would do is you'd get your slider, taking it from the automatically set 5 seconds, and then you would change it down to 3 seconds. And then you're going to click the blue button that says set timer. You will hit set timer. And then what you'll do is you can hand hold it, or you can set it on a tripod. Because and this is how people who don't have Chloe will actually make this work. Okay. You would set it on a tripod. And if you don't have a tripod, it's okay. I don't either. You can just use a stack of books. That's going to be fine.
Done.
You set it like a stack of books on a table. You stand away from the table. And what you'll do once the timer is set is you're going to click on that circular white button. And what it's going to do is count you down. You get 3 seconds, and then you get to record your 3 seconds. So you get the 3 second jump start. Now, if you want to record the second 3, 4, 5 seconds, you're going to click the timer again. And then you're going to be able to set it. Now, let's just say I, just like the boutique, want to do another 3 seconds. Well, I'm going to go into my timer and I'm going to set it now from 3 seconds to 6 seconds. And then I'm going to follow the process again. And I'm going to say set timer. I'm going to click on the timer. Then I have 3 seconds to run back to where I need to be. The camera goes, boom. I'm going to record for 3 seconds. It's automatically going to stop at 3. Now, let's just say, oh, you know what? I didn't like that take. You're going to click on the arrow that is next to the center circle icon. You're going to click back. We can watch that, and it plays it back to you. Now you can delete that clip if you would like by hitting the trash can icon, and then we'll ask you, do you want to discard it? And you click discard, and then you click done. So I just walked you through the basics.
That's what we want. We just want the basics. You got to do you agree? And this is what Chloe and I found. You got to just get in there and play with it. And you can pick it up pretty quickly when you play around with it.
Yes. And everything. And I know that it's probably not riveting podcast content to hear me talk through the white button to the left, the timer, fast forward. It's like the worst. It's like your ears are melting. However, I'm telling you, it is a 4-minute video tutorial. And this is I'm actually very proud to say, can I brag for a second?
Please.
Right? As of right now, it could change tomorrow, but as of right now, the video that we created for the tutorial is the only video that has multiple camera angles. We're showcasing me speaking behind the scenes and actually screen recording my camera. So when I'm walking people through the 3 seconds of how to do it, you're seeing me talk to the camera and you're actually seeing me move the camera. So we're seeing multiple perspectives. So people have a very, very holistic 360 approach to, I feel confident. And I feel really proud because there's a bunch of people who said, I'd never do a story. I would never do a reel. And then they watch the video and then they're just like reel machines.
Okay, good. That makes me happy. Again, I've got to have a tutorial. I need to see it. And once I do, I can figure it out. And I think that's what all of you will find valuable. So again, I will link you to it, amyporterfield.com/337. You'll get to see that video. And then of course, you all know, we want you to DM us and let us know if you did your first reel. Like we want to see this, right? Right, Jasmine?
Yes. And actually, how about we play a game?
Okay.
Another game.
So we give prizes away. I really like to give prizes.
Oh, girl, don't have me put you on the spot. I'll give away all your courses.
$100 Amazon gift card.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's good. Okay. What do you want to do?
Here's a perfect idea. If you're just like, I'm really not sure where to begin. Well, I walked you through the timer component, correct? Yeah. And then there's a video tutorial that also walks you through the timer component. And I always believe that you should be creating reels that position you as a thought leader, as somebody who's innovative, as somebody who's confident, as somebody who's a professional in their industry, because you could create a reel about how you make your coffee and it could be popular, but that doesn't necessarily showcase who you are as an entrepreneur. What if you were to talk about the multiple things you do in your business? So you can pick out, let's just say 4 characters. So the first 3 seconds is you're going to say, hi, I'm Amy Porterfield and I run Amy Porterfield Inc. And then the next 3 seconds, you have like a hat and glasses on, and then you add text. I'm the creative director. And then the next hat, you're holding your iPhone or like a computer, like, I'm the marketer. And then you change, you put on like a big coat and then like a tie, and you're like, I do finances. And so every character in your business is you, but what are you actually creating? You're creating a commercial around what your business and what it is that you do. So each of these 3 seconds could be a character. And honestly, I think it's really compelling to show people all the things you do in your business while making fun of it, but really positioning yourself again as a thought leader, educational, funny at the same time.
Okay, so fun. So here's the deal. This episode airs, we're making this up as we go, but this episode airs on 9/24. Okay. So on 9/30, we'll choose a winner and we'll announce them on Instagram. How about that? Okay.
I'm so excited.
So you don't have to have the best one. We just want to see that you actually make an effort. So all you need to do is you're going to need to DM me. And if they make a reel, can they DM me the reel? I mean, I know I sound stupid with these questions. They can? Okay.
No, you're not stupid. You're not stupid. I mean, ideally, we should say you get bonus points for tagging us in the post.
Okay, cool.
So that people, because here's the thing, sometimes people just need permission to feel foolish. What would it look like for somebody to say, hey, these reels are so silly, but my friends Jasmine and Amy, and then you tag us, say, they're making me do it, right? Yes. Now, girl, you got girlfriend, boyfriend, non-binary royalty. You have your permission slip to go out and create something really freaking cool and blame it on us. And just in case we miss a tag, because Amy's going to be launching and I'm going to be launching separately. So we're going to be a little busy. What you can do is when you are looking at a Reels post, you could just try this right now. You can go to Amy Porterfield on Instagram, and on her most recent reel, right below it, you will see a little tiny paper airplane.
Yes.
When you click on that paper airplane, Instagram is asking you, who do you want to send it to? So what I want you to do is after you create your reel, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the paper airplane and you are going to DM it to Amy. And if you want bonus points, you can DM it to me because I just love watching reels. I'm obsessed with them. We basically just want to root you on. That's 100% of what we want to do. Amy's team is going to pick the winner. And what are they winning?
$100 Amazon gift card. We might have more than one winner. Okay, we will. Listen, if you guys make the effort, I want to celebrate you. And who doesn't need something on Amazon, right?
That's right.
Okay, so we're going to do it. We're going to announce it on the 30th. I'm such a fun girl.
You are fun.
Seriously.
You should own it.
Okay, we're going to do this. So just put together your reel. Just get it. It doesn't have to be exactly what Jasmine Star said.
No.
I wanted to call you by your whole name. What Jasmine Star said, just do a reel and we want to see it, but we gave you a really great idea. So that's fun. Okay. So this is actually a great question. As an entrepreneur, or as entrepreneurs like we all are, we have so many places we feel we need to be at once. And it can feel like a lot to create content for multiple platforms. So how can you use this feature easily and work it into your social media and content plan more seamlessly? You did give us one idea. You could use a reel and actually put it on TikTok. Boom. You actually might have already answered this question. You can put it as a story. Boom. You've got another place to do it. But you are the queen of content planning. And Social Curator, if you guys ever thought about joining Social Curator, I'm going to make Jasmine talk about it at the end. Literally, sometimes it's like pulling nails with you to be like, tell me more about Social Curator. We're going to talk about it. But I feel like one of the benefits is you really spend some time on helping people plan their content. Would you agree with that?
I do.
Give us some tips around that, especially maybe as it relates to reels, but content planning, social content planning is a stressor for my audience.
And so we first need to acknowledge that it is a stressor for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So if you know that you're not alone, it helps you not feel so isolated in the journey. Now, does doing reels take more time than doing a story? The answer is yes. But it also, as of right now, has so much opportunity to grow and stay with you. So you could spend 15 seconds making a story that will be gone in 24 hours, or you could spend 30 minutes making a reel, but what you are essentially doing is creating a commercial for your business. There's a really good chance you won't see me creating a reel around my dog or my daughter, although that could be really cute and fun, I'm really going to be using my business time wisely to create content that positions myself and keeps me as an authority and as a leader. I do not look at it and be like, ugh, I have another piece of social media today. I say, oh my God, Lord have mercy. I am blessed to make a commercial for my business that people want to watch. Hey, like you're actually making money by doing work. When you reprogram your brain, all of a sudden creating that content plan changes the way that you show up on social media. It's no longer something you have to do. This is something you get to do. How can you create a commercial people want to see about your business? Now we're having fun.
I agree. And I think the biggest thing I'm going to take away from this chat is that it is a commercial. Like when you put it in that context, my ears perk up because I literally said to Chloe when we were creating one today, I'm like, this feels like a waste. I feel ridiculous. And this feels like a wasted time. But it's not when it is a commercial, when you are spotlighting your business and how you can serve. I really do need to change my attitude around it.
Well, I mean, yes, like let's talk about like, yes, let's be great and let's be wonderful. But at the same time, I mean, what has been like the results that you've seen with it?
So it's totally brand new. We're using it for the first time to fill up our masterclass. But as you know, our masterclass numbers are literally insanely good.
They're bananas.
Right.
Bananas.
So they're bananas. And so I feel like that's definitely contributing to it. And I like to go first with my audience. I like to try some new things and encourage all of you listening to do it as well. So that's why at least I give it a shot. Whether I choose to continue with it or not, that's a business decision, but I want to try it out. And I feel like I can get behind this. And then when Jasmine starts sharing numbers, I'm like, holy cow, there's huge potential here. So that's why I hope when people are listening, they'll at least try it out.
Absolutely. And here's the crazy thing, Ames, is that like you could like, let's be strategic because you play a high level game. If there's a piece of video content that is 15 seconds, even if it's from DCA and you're just like, that little snippet of 15 seconds is so good. It's baller. Strip that 15 seconds, have your videographer edit it by a 16:9, and then add movable text in Reels. You're having a highly produced video that wasn't on your phone, but gives people insight into DCA and people are like, whoa, what is this? I want that. Swipe up.
Okay. See, this is why you want to be best friends with Jasmine. You guys, she has these ideas 5 times a day.
Like, I know, I annoy you with them.
I know, but I love it. You always have the ideas, which I don't. You guys know that about me. I'm a unique entrepreneur in the sense that I'm not flooded with ideas. I just have a few good ones that I double down on. But Jasmine's the perfect example of someone that always has amazing ideas. And here's one plug for you, why I love you. You're always very willing to share them. You never keep them close to your chest. You're like, here, who wants them? I've got these great ideas. So I do love that about you. But if we could talk real fast about your content, one of the things that my audience wanted to know about you is they asked, could you give us a little sneak peek? Like, what does social media content planning look like for Jasmine? And, we always want to know what the expert's doing. So can you give us a sneak peek?
Oh, I'd love to. Okay. I love this trash because the thing is, like, more than anything, the most valuable thing we all have. It doesn't matter if you have an 8-figure business, a 9-figure business, or you got an $8 business. The most valuable thing we all have is time. And when I can empower people to get back time, I'm no longer talking about social media or branding. I'm talking about you creating a life that serves your business and a business that serves your life. So how do we then capitalize on the most valuable thing we own? Because your minute is so valuable to me. And that is to be highly strategic in how you show up. We spend so much wasted time trying to think of what we should be doing instead of these are the clear steps that I should be using to plan my content. So I plan a month of content in one day. And I know that people think that that is absolutely crazy. And if I don't have time to do it all in one day, then I will spend an hour and plan a week. And this is just legitimately like what I do and how I lay it out. So number one, I start with date specific holidays and social media holidays because that's like a freebie. Like you want to be posting on Labor Day about Labor Day, right? So that's a freebie for you. Then what you want to do is create promotional aspects of your business, things that you need to be talking about on social that are directed to your business. And then you're going to be filling that in with social media categories, things that empower you to talk about your business without having to sell your business. Because once you have your captions and you're using caption templates and you're organizing what you want to talk about, all you would then have to do is organize the photos or videos to be associated with that content. That is a 4-part step series that we do, that we teach, and that I stand by. And I do it on rinse and repeat every single month. The good news is by the time this thing drops, jasminestar.com/plan, you could actually sit through a 1-hour masterclass. I walk you through, I show videos, I do the whole 9.
That's what I thought. Wait, I just had like this epiphany. If this drops on 9/24, which we get our most views in the first week that it drops, if it drops on 9/24, are you actively doing that live masterclass?
Yes, we're doing them on October 5th and 6th, and we close our card on the 9th.
Okay,
Girl,
so guys, this wasn't even planned.
Now.
For 2 girls that talk every day, because at the time of this recording, I'm in a launch, so I'm selfish and not thinking about what's going on in someone else's world. I apologize. I just thought, wait a second. So no affiliate links or anything. I just want you guys to check this out. It's really good. So give the link. Tell them where to go.
jasminestar.com/plan. There you can save a seat for a 60-minute masterclass where I literally bring out my videographer. We're showing you how I create the content.
Okay, this is good. That genuinely, we're not going to fake something like that. That came about organic and I freaking love it. So that makes me very happy. Okay. So here's the deal. And you'll also, if you get into Jasmine's world, you'll learn more. Now stay with me guys, because my last question is she's going to give us a few more topics for your first reel. That's our last question. But before we get there, I want to tell you that if you get into Jasmine's world, you're going to learn more about, sorry, I got distracted. If you get into Jasmine's world, you'll learn more about Social Curator. And Social Curator is something that I use every single time that I am creating a slide deck for a course or a webinar. And if you were on my DCA masterclass, you saw tons of Social Curator images. Okay, but tell everyone really fast before we get into the final ideas to create reels, tell everybody about Social Curator. Like, I want you to really explain what it is. It's so much more than images.
You know, I once read a book called Powerful by Patty McCord.
My favorite book.
Right? It's so good. And she had explained how Reed, the CEO and founder of Netflix, had to explain to people what Netflix was in the beginning. And I'm not trying to draw a parallel to that in Social Curator, but in a way, it's like me explaining something that hasn't existed before. So what we saw with entrepreneurs was that there was a main struggle. I don't have a photo to post. I don't know what to say. And I'm really tired of spinning my wheels because I don't have a lot of time. Social Curator provides 30 lifestyle photos for you to post at a grab. You can use them in slide decks. You can use them in story backgrounds. You can use them as inserts as part of your reels. We also have caption templates. When you don't know how to talk about your business on social media and drive engagement, we give you 30 caption templates every single month with a very clear call to action. What do you want people to do by way of this post? And also a monthly marketing plan. So every month we focus in on a topic, anything from like a 30-day Instagram challenge to a Reels challenge to how to show up and get anything you want on social media using social media connections. We bring in guest masterclasses. The idea of Social Curator is take action, because now you don't have any excuses. You have every tool, every resource to show up. Now the option is, will you do the work?
So good. You guys, it's a membership. So every month you get new images. So if you went into my Dropbox folder right now, we have been members for, how long have you been in existence? Because that's how long we've been members.
Right. You were one of the first. You are such a good friend though. Like, you are a homie. Like, I know you threw me a bone in the beginning to be like, well, I'll support her. But now I see you using the images and I'm like, she really likes us, man.
They're so good. I love it. So wait, how long has Social Curator been around?
July 2017.
Okay. I was going to say, I swear it was 2017. So you guys, if you went into Dropbox, you will see July 2017 as a folder, and then August and September with the year. And in each of those folders, we have 30 images. So we have a library of images to use across everything we do: sales pages, slide decks, webinars, everything, social media, of course, since July 2017. So imagine if you were staying in there month after month after month, you never again will say you don't have something to post. So it's a really amazing value packed offer. But regardless, if you're interested in Social Curator or not yet, get on her masterclass, jasminestar.com/plan, because that's where you'll see how she plans everything in one day, right?
One day.
And then of course she'll tell you about Social Curator from there. So totally worth it. Okay. So that was just like off the cuff that I thought about the timing. I'm like, this is a great resource for my audience. They will love this. And I've talked about Social Curator a bunch. But let's talk about a few more ideas and then we're going to send them off. A few more quick ideas about reels. Like maybe let's just do 2 more so we don't overwhelm them. I said 5, that's a little aggressive. Let's do 2 more ideas that you can do for reels.
What if we were to do, again, we're going to follow the timer because I believe that the timer is the easiest way to create a reel on your own. Is that so you have time to actually set it up? And it's like, what if you were to do like 4 steps to client conversion? And it's just like, set the timer up. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Now, what if you were to go through, like, let's just say, I'm sure there are plenty of 7-figure listeners listening right now. It's just like a millionaire's morning. If you are the type of person who owns the power and the privilege of being who you are and how hard you work, you can have a millionaire's morning and you could set up your timer at 2 seconds. So you can go through and show 7 clips and you can add like a piece of text. It's like 6:30 a.m. And then you just have like a video of you like meditating. And then the next slide is 7 a.m. and it's just you pouring coffee. 8 a.m., be like hour of emails. 9 a.m., yoga. You know, you itemize what it is. And people, because it has a catchy title, like A Millionaire's Morning, like people want to know, what is that morning routine? And they will watch it again and again. And what are you doing? You're giving insight into your business, what you do, and who you are.
Those are 2 actually great examples. And you just made me think of something. So we've come up with about 5 different reels. We just started, we've only put 1 out. And what we do is we go into reels and we look at everybody else's reels. We find someone who has a good one and we literally copy it. We put our own stuff to it. We put our own swing to it. But if they're using a certain type of music that has a beat that you can point to different places on the screen, we use the same song and we put our own stuff to it. That's where I think copying somebody else is not a big deal. Everyone's copying each other, in my opinion, with Reels and TikTok.
And it's actually celebrated now. And I actually love this. Like, this is creativity. Nobody owns an idea. The fact that I had created on TikTok, it was how to turn your followers into customers, or how, and we went through a 5-step series and we had 2 characters on TikTok talking back to each other. I probably had that and people sent it to me. They probably sent 20 people had said, I made one for my business. And then I would go to their TikTok and watch it. And I loved it. I thought it was absolutely powerful and amazing. Yeah. And so much so, that's why you will see on Instagram and TikTok, people can actually insert audios. So just imagine you hear a clip of Amy on her podcast and she says something that moves you. Something maybe perhaps that says like, get out of your own way. You are enough. Your time has come. They can get that audio clip inserted into TikTok and they can move their lips as if they themselves are saying it. If that is not the ultimate ripoff you've ever heard of, I don't know what is, but it's creative. And it's awesome. And people can link back to original TikToks as the source of inspiration. I just think it's really smart. And now we're creating synergistic creativity that drives our business forward. All of that in all the ways.
Oh, so many good ideas and permission to copy other people in a way that it's totally okay. How good is that? Yeah,
absolutely.
Jazzy Starry Night, which is the name I think she should give herself, but she won't. Thank you so much for being here. I love you to the moon and back. And this has been a value-packed episode. So thank you so much for your time.
I love your guts. Thanks, babe.
See you soon. Bye, girl. So there you have it. Isn't she so much fun? I literally could talk to Jasmine for hours and hours and hours, anything about business and life and everything in between. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode as much as I have. And I'm actually recording this closing after I interviewed Jasmine and really 1 day later. So within 24 hours of doing this interview with Jasmine, I learned a trick. So for all of you that have an IG business account like I do, I have a business account so I can track all the analytics, all the likes, all the growth, all of that. And it helps me to easily run Instagram ads. So if you also have a business account, you might have noticed, and we mentioned this in the interview, that you can't get music in your reels. And so at the time of this recording, so this is going to go live probably in a month or so from now, but at the time of this recording, I found this really cool workaround. And in the show notes, amyporterfield.com/337, my friend Britt Siva is going to show you an invisible button that gives you music on IG Reels for business accounts. I did say invisible button. How weird is that, right? Now, I hope this hasn't changed by the time this goes live, but I'm going to link to Britt Siva's Instagram reel where she shows you the invisible button on business accounts to get music. My mind was blown. So there are so many great things, including Jasmine's step-by-step Instagram Reels tutorial and a link to her masterclass in the show notes. So I think this is the most action-packed show notes I've ever done. amyporterfield.com/337. Go check it out. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye for now.